Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 273?
Maybe. I can't remember either.
I think comic episodes are odd numbers. And I think we've done a 271 already.
Then your logic is sound.
Yeah. We're going with that.
Welcome to 273.
We're doing that for now. If the number is different when you download this episode, I apologize in advance. Aliens vs. Parker. My name is Eric.
I'm Jason.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty well.
Yeah?
Pretty well.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm doing okay. Physically.
Sure.
Physically.
Right. Yeah.
Emotionally troubled.
It's kind of a rough day for us.
Yeah.
Like it's, I mean, so apparently, this morning we found out that, David Brockie, the lead singer of the band Gwar, aka Odorous Urungus, died last night.
Yeah.
And that is a bummer.
It is. That's the perfect word for it. Actually emailed Kathleen earlier today because she emailed us she said, hey, I watched some more True Detective, sorry. And she's like, hope your day's going well. And I emailed her back and I was like, having a bummer day.
Yeah.
Odorous is dead.
Yeah. Okay, so, even last episode we talked about Gwar on the show.
Yeah.
We have talked about Gwar numerous times over the last 5 years.
As one should.
I would say that Gwar is part of our lives.
Oh, yeah. Like, no shit, today, before I heard the news about Odorous, I had Gwar's Carry On My Wayward Son stuck in my head, and I was like,
yeah.
I was walking around the house singing it in my head, and then like an hour later I found out he had died, and I was like, oh man, that's such a bummer.
Yeah. So yeah, we're a little down. I don't find celebrity news to really ever be of anything I'm interested in.
Right.
And I gotta admit, I read that, and I was just like, it was like somebody just punched me right in the gut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I felt nauseous.
Yeah.
I mean, because we kind of, it's not like, man, we love Morgan Freeman. He's a great actor. But I mean, we grew up listening to that. I mean, we were teenagers, and that was the first concert I ever went to, was Gwar.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine that it's probably got an even bigger impact on you than it would me.
I don't even know that. I'm not trying to
Well, no, I mean, because
I
came into Gwar kind of late in life, but like you said, that was your first concert.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
That's a thing.
But I mean, I think we've talked about this before too. I haven't really been a fan of their output for a while,
right?
But at least their actual albums.
Right.
But I mean, they do shit every year that I'm just like, they're so fucking awesome.
Right.
Like they did that Gwarbecue and the Wayward Son cover, all this stuff. They're still doing amazing things.
Yeah.
Or they were.
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen now.
I don't know the inner workings of Gwar, but to me it always seemed like Brockie was sort of the driving force behind it.
That's what it seems like, because I know they've replaced several members over the years.
Right.
And just put a new guy in that costume, or maybe change the character slightly.
Right.
But I can't see them changing Odorous. I mean,
right.
Unless it was Patton Oswalt became Odorous or something, something amazing,
Right.
But if it was just some other guy,
right.
Even if it was Patton Oswalt, I'd be dubious.
Right. And, part of me is also kind of hesitant. I mean, I feel bad, obviously, it sucks that this happened, but there's also a part of me that, if it was drugs or, suicide, then it's just there's a part of me that's going to kind of regret feeling this bad.
Right. Yeah, God, I hope it's not suicide. I hate it when people kill themselves.
Right. And, I follow him on, Twitter and Tumblr. He has Odorous. He has a Twitter feed. And as Dave Brockie himself, he has a Tumblr page. And I followed both of those.
Right.
And, you know, he always, you know, seems like he's, you know, like just going off and doing stuff and having adventures and, you know, just like touring, or not just touring, but just like traveling around the world and, you know, just sort of indulging in his, you know, interests. Like he's been going to like, you know, World War II, you know, battle sites and then, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was into that.
Yeah, he's very big into World War II history. Yeah.
Wow.
And then, like, you know, he would also just have, like, you know, pictures from, like, the warehouse where they build and make all the Gwar stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the costumes and the props and whatever, and then, like, his artwork as well. And
there's, every once in a while I hear a story that makes me think I should be more socially active on the internet, because, like, there's some really cool stuff like that. But then there's, like, the other 98% of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, if they do have to quit because, you know, he was kind of like the aura of the band,
Right, yeah.
like, that does put a lot of people out of work.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, they have a whole crew. It's not just, like, not just the band members, but their slave pit empire.
Right, yeah.
So that would suck if all of a sudden all those guys had to, like, go work at McDonald's and Arby's.
Right. Well, you know, I'm sure that they would all probably try to maybe
Do something new.
yeah, reinvent, you know, what they're doing, you know, without Dave Brockie, you know.
I could see that.
Probably not Gwar, you know, but, you know, something...
Theatrical and...
Right, something that takes the energy of what Gwar was and, you know, turn it into something different. I mean, I would respect that totally.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. Like, I kind of hope they do continue to do something like that, but I kind of hope it's not Gwar.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah, I'm with you. I think Gwar without Odorous is not Gwar.
Right.
Yeah.
Which sucks because, man, it's such a cool little thing to have, I don't know, just this group of dudes from Virginia and ladies, there's some ladies, just invented this amazing thing. And, like, for 25, 30 years, like,
30.
That's what they've done. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this year was their 30th anniversary year.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know they went to Japan for the first time recently and played there.
Oh, I bet that was nuts.
Right, yeah.
I bet Japanese people were like, fuck yes!
Right?
This is what we've been waiting for! Because they're crazy.
Right, yeah.
Japan is crazy.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, so kind of a bummer day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we both listened to Gwar today.
We did, yeah. I listened to Hello.
I listened to America Must Be Destroyed. Because it's the only one I actually have on CD.
Okay.
I've got Hello on vinyl. And I've
nice.
got Scumdogs on cassette.
Yeah. I have them all in digital form. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even their newest ones. Yeah.
So is there like a gem amongst the newest ones? Because I've heard, you know, We Kill Everything and a couple tracks from later ones, but I've never heard.
I think, you know, because we talked about last week, like the whole, you know, like we definitely enjoy their more experimental stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But I think as far as like just straight up, because for the most part that's all the newest ones are, just straight up metal.
Right.
I mean, there's good songs on them, and clearly like they're all tongue-in-cheek and humorous, but, you know...
But they sound pretty serious.
They all sound pretty serious and pretty heavy, but, you know, I mean, there's also nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
And, like, they're good at what they do.
Yeah.
So there are good songs on those albums, for sure.
I get tripped up with that, though, because, I mean, if it was, like, just some dudes, like, if it was all the same guys, but it wasn't called Gwar, and they were making a serious-sounding metal album,
right,
I would probably love it.
Right, yeah.
But since it's those guys as Gwar, like, I want it to be funny.
There's an expectation.
I want it to be weird, and... Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do too much of that, but for being what it is, there's some gems on those albums. Yeah.
Man, I hope Odorous didn't, like, listen to last week's episode when we talked about how disappointed we were with the career path.
Yeah.
And, like, you know,
probably not.
Offed himself.
I'm gonna say no.
You don't think so?
We can barely get our friends to listen, so.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, gosh. Man, yeah, all joking aside, I am a little bummed out, but as is always when someone awesome dies, I think it's more important to, like, remember all the fucking cool things he did.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
And he gave us some shitloads of entertainment. Hours and hours and hours.
Yep.
Like, I actually rewatched Alice in Wonderland, the movie, late last year.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it in like 10 years. And man, it still holds up. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, good times.
Yeah. So, rest in peace, Odorous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dave Rocky, too.
And Dave Rocky, yeah.
They both died today.
They did.
That is ironic.
Yeah. It's not often when two people are the same person and they die at the same time.
Right. What? I'm not sure.
I'm going to go ahead and go.
It's like when... Yeah. Oh.
Let's try to move on.
Put our happy faces on.
Put our happy faces on, and then Odorous would want us to move on with our lives.
That's right. And if you're listening to this and for some weird reason you're like, what was it? Gwar?
Right.
Like, totally do yourself a favor. GWAR. Google it. I'm assuming all of our listeners would know, but
I would hope.
I mean, in case you don't feel bad, just educate yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And definitely, like, stick to some of their earlier stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely at first, anyway, because there's a diverse product on those that, you get a little bit of everything.
Scumdogs of the Universe.
Yeah.
America Must Be Destroyed. Yeah, those are... Watch some videos, too.
Oh, definitely.
Like, there's a cartoon.
There's a cartoon. Weird Al's in it. It's hilarious. They did 2 cover songs for the Onion AV Club, which are both pretty great.
Oh, yeah.
Just find some videos.
Odorous reading bedtime stories.
Right.
I mean, there's just so many good things out there.
I would even suggest there used to be a talk show on Fox News that Odorous would occasionally appear on.
Yeah, I've seen some of those.
Yeah.
On YouTube. I've watched them on YouTube.
Yeah. So, track those down.
Yeah, you'll entertain yourself.
Yeah. So, we'll talk now about a stupid little comic book that we read.
Yeah. Yeah. Aliens versus Parker.
Yeah.
Last week when you picked this, I totally thought you were picking Aliens versus Predator for a second, and I was really excited. But then I was like, whatever. I've heard good things, and I like Paul Scheer.
Sure. Paul Scheer's great.
Yeah.
He is hilarious and talented, and he is the lead actor, creator, writer of NTSF SD SUV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried to Google that so many times, and, like, I can't figure it out. So I end up having to, like, just find him some other way and then, like, revert to that because I can never remember. Like, it seems like that would be problematic for them when they started out, before they had a fan base, right?
Sure, yeah.
Like, don't you think maybe the producers were like, I mean, that's funny, but,
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever.
It works.
It works for the most part.
Yeah.
He's a comedian and a writer and an actor. He was in Piranha 3D that we watched a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah. The greatest thing on Showbiz ever.
Yeah, he's been on a couple of the greatest events in television histories.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He is the
League. Yeah.
On the League, of course. Yeah. He is the host of How Did This Get Made?
Right.
A podcast about terrible movies.
Right.
He's pretty damn hilarious.
Is there a podcast about how terrible comics got made?
This might be one.
Yeah, this could be the podcast.
Yeah. Because this one's not great.
It's fucking terrible. It is fucking terrible. I could not believe how bad it was.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad.
If I hadn't not read all of Evil Ernie, this would have been the one. I swear, it was only 4 issues. And I sat down and I read the first one. I was like, ooh, that wasn't good. And I was like, I'll read one more right now, and I'll read the others later. And I read one more, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I need to power through this right now, or I'm not going to come back to it. Like, I read them all 4 in one sitting because I didn't think I would pick them back up a second time.
Yeah. It's not good.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay. It surprised the shit out of me.
It's not a good comic. I would say made worse by the disappointment of knowing that like a super funny guy,
Yeah.
like, co-wrote this.
Right. Does that make me wonder, it's got to be one of two scenarios. Either the other co-writer, Nick Giovannetti,
Right.
either he's fucking terrible,
Right.
or Paul Scheer has a strength in, like, live acting kind of things.
I would say probably. He definitely has that, for sure.
Right.
Just doing improv and then whatever, or being an actor. Certainly gets across his humor maybe better than it does as a, comic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go ahead and say that the art doesn't help.
The art does not help.
It's not good.
It's not horrendous.
It's not horrendous.
But it's pretty mediocre.
I would say below mediocre.
Yeah.
It is between below mediocre and horrendous.
I would have went with straight mediocre until they introduced the monsters.
Oh, man.
Those were like, okay,
It's the worst.
if you're a shitty artist and you get an assignment to draw a monster that you get to make up, I mean, I'm not talking about the creature from the Black Lagoon. I mean, it's something you get to make up.
Right, yeah.
That's the coolest thing ever because you're like,
Unbridled imagination.
right.
Go fucking nuts.
One would think.
Right?
But, oh my god, those monsters.
It's the laziest.
Yeah.
It's the fucking laziest.
Yeah. It was so bad. And some of those panels look like they were enlarged from the original art. Some of those monster panels. Like it's just like horrible lack of detail, uncreative.
Yeah, thick, sloppy lines. And I like sloppy art, but this is clearly not intended to be sloppy art.
Right, not at all. Yeah.
Right? When I think sloppy art, done well, I think Jeff Lemire or Jim Mahfood.
Maybe Simon Bisley sometimes.
Simon Bisley, Bill Sienkiewicz.
Yeah.
Guys who can just
Make it
slap
look
around
easy.
the ink, make it look easy, and make it look awesome.
Right.
Yeah. But this is, clearly he is intending to draw just a mainstream comic artist.
Right.
But it is just clunky and
I think his people are fine. They're not interesting.
definitely not that.
But I think they're fine. They're drawn fine, as humans. But it's completely uninteresting to me.
Right, yeah.
But then when it gets into things like monsters and things that could be just totally awesome,
right.
it's just so fucking boring.
Right. Spaceships.
Yeah.
This is a comic that takes place in space.
Right.
On alien worlds that has aliens in it.
Yeah.
And every single one of those things are boring.
Yeah. How is that possible?
Right.
I mean, I know, we're having a bad day here, but
Sure, right.
But it's clearly not.
But we read this before we were having a
Right,
bad day.
exactly. Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, sure, not everybody is going to be, Mobius or,
Right.
any other, artist who thrives drawing crazy sci-fi things.
Right.
Clearly, it's not that.
No.
It never was going to be. But something?
And when right? Yeah, something would have been nice. And when I flipped through them, I was like, okay, this looks pretty straight. Maybe it's one of those things where, the writing is so funny.
That it needed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
That's kind of what I thought. And then, I think that's maybe why I was even more disappointed, because once I started reading it, I was like, there was, one or two jokes per page, probably. And I think there was 3 jokes in the entire 4-issue series that made me go, oh, that was kind of funny. There was a Stockholm Syndrome joke. And,
right.
1 or 2 that was like, oh, that was kind of funny, but it was never hilarious.
Nope.
And for every funny joke, there was 40 horrible jokes.
Right.
That just grated on my nerves.
Absolutely. And the one thing that I kind of hate the most in anything is when something dates itself,
right?
By being just some sort of dumb pop culture reference usually.
Okay.
And so this comic that is supposed to take place in the year 2150 has a shit ton of pop culture references to things that are happening now.
Right.
What the fuck?
Right. And I get that this is just supposed to be a dumb, funny, hey, we just made this, it's fun little,
right.
So I know it's not supposed to be super well researched or whatever.
Right, right.
And I get that, but it's just not fun.
No,
It's not funny. It's not fun. It's not funny.
It's a trog.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's a word that I made up or said.
It sounds like a word.
Yeah.
Shrug.
That may have been a beer I had last night. I don't know.
Is it because you were sick and you were trying to like you have a beer to warm you up?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of good things to say about this. It was only 4 issues. I didn't buy it.
Right? Yeah. The two of the covers are really nice.
Yeah. The covers aren't bad.
2 of them.
Phil Noto and what's the other one?
I don't know who that one
Is that J. Scott Campbell?
No, it's not J. Scott Campbell. Phil Noto did the first issue cover, and so the alien is actually also on the second issue cover.
Looks pretty cool.
Looks pretty goddamn cool.
Yeah. Because it was by a different artist.
Because it was drawn by someone else.
The coloring's not bad.
Yeah,
I think that's my favorite thing. The coloring and the staples. Those are both well done.
Jeff Stokely did the cover of the second issue, and he's pretty good. I like him.
Yeah.
I like his work a lot. And then the last 2 issues are just terrible.
Yeah.
Cover-wise. Because all 4 issues are terrible altogether.
Right. I totally thought that I was just wrong. And I was like, Eric's gonna like really like this and be like surprised and give me all these reasons why it's good.
Yeah.
Because, I know that you really like this guy.
Sure.
And I thought that you were actually reading them as it came out.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I hardly ever do that.
And I asked Kathleen yesterday, we were driving around, and I was like, hey, you bought Aliens vs. Parker, right? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, what'd you think of it? She's like, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
And I was like, really? I was like, I thought it was one of the worst comics I've ever read. And she was like, really? She's like, yeah, I thought it was okay. It was
Maybe
fun.
she thought you were talking about Aliens vs. Predator.
Maybe. Golly.
It's just maybe it's expectation,
I don't know.
but like execution was so poor.
I'm sure the expectation factors in, but if I had never heard of any of these people,
Right.
it would be the last thing I read by any of those people.
Right?
You know? Like, I can definitely say that because it was hard to finish a 4-issue miniseries.
Right.
That's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a 4-issue miniseries about, fucking child murder and it was super serious, but it was well done, it might still be hard to finish.
Sure.
But no,
But for different reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is supposed to be like a fun little romp, and like if you can't make that work for 4 issues, or even 1, frankly, guys, it's really bad.
Yeah. Okay, so the plot of this basically is there's a group of space delivery boys who just sort of hang out in space and wait for people to deliver packages.
They're kind of like the FedEx of the future.
Yeah. And then the rest of it is the plot of Alien unfolds.
Yeah.
But only if Alien was the biggest turd in the world.
Right.
And not the great movie that it actually is.
Exactly.
Yeah. And done as a comedy.
Right. Supposedly.
The intention.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the, when I say I like it, it's ironic.
Right.
I like that they put Zach Galifianakis as one of the characters.
Oh, yeah.
It looks just like him, and it's like, like if you can imagine,
That may be why I hated that character so much.
it could be, right? It could be that you didn't like think of him.
I did not. No. Yeah.
And then all of his jokes, air quotes, are like,
They're the worst.
they're like the lines that they would have cut out of the third Hangover movie,
Right.
Because they weren't up to par.
Right.
If that gives you any
No.
insight.
Yeah. They're awful.
It's
that
so bad.
character is the fucking worst.
Yeah. It's so
The
bad.
Worst. Just, god damn it, this book. Fuck this book. No, yeah, you're right. I started out trying to want to be nice about this, but
I did too, but I was kind of pissed off because Odorous died today.
Right,
And like
yeah.
I was honestly like planning on coming to this and being like, it just wasn't for me.
Right.
But no, fuck
no,
it.
it's awful.
It's so
it's
bad.
terrible, and if you read it, you've made a mistake.
And I'm sorry that you bought it.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I bought it.
You could maybe put it on eBay or something.
I hope I can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually, it was really great. If you want to buy it from Eric, He'll sell it to you for only $10 for the whole
I may
series.
take this down to like GameSwap and see if they can sell it as a bundle.
Right.
Yeah.
Give you like $3 for
Sure.
it.
Yeah, I'll take that. I need the money.
Right. Oh my god. Boom Studios.
Yeah.
It's usually a pretty good company.
Sure. Well, every company, they put out gold and they put out crap.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who you are.
This will be the measuring stick for the bottom of the boom barrel.
Yep.
I believe.
I think so. Because I think Boom puts out, I think it's Boom. I think they're the ones now putting out Hero Baron the Kid, which I enjoy greatly.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But wow, yeah, this was not good.
No.
Not good. I bought 4 issues of it.
And it's over, right?
It's over. Yeah.
It's not like this was the end of a storyline. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, it is done.
well, the world is safe.
Right. I know that if there is ever an Aliens vs. Parker 2, I will not be purchasing it. And I would actually almost say if Paul Scheer ever decided to write another comic, I probably would be super hesitant to try it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
But, I'll
He's a funny actor.
Yep.
Comedian. Yeah, he's good. And you know what? Maybe Nick Giovanetti is fine too.
Sure.
Maybe this was just like a terrible, terrible mistake on their parts.
Right.
Like I'm not saying these people are horrible people.
No.
But every copy of this book should be burned.
Yep. All right. I don't know how much more I can continue just bashing this thing.
Right.
With its below mediocre art, awful alien designs, stupid jokes, just terrible plot, just dumb, just dumb and awful.
Yeah,
all the way around.
dumb is like.
How did this get made?
Yeah, seriously, put this on your show, Paul. It's up there with anything that you've reviewed on there.
Yep. I would say they've actually reviewed some pretty good movies on that show.
Oh yeah.
Like, Daredevil and Mortal Kombat.
I think Daredevil is one of the only episodes I've actually listened
right,
to.
yeah. Cool as Ice.
I would much rather read
A comic adaptation of Cool as Ice.
Fred Van Winkle or whatever the fuck his name is. If he drew his own comic, I would pay more money to read that.
I would much rather read Shia LaBeouf's comics.
I would too. I would rather read Shia LaBeouf ripping off anyone than read this again. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel purged.
Good,
Yeah.
good. All
I
right.
felt a little sick inside.
Yeah. All right, well then let's take a break.
All
And let's see if we can, we're going to cleanse our palate with some gore.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds good.
And then we'll come back and
That sounds so much better than thinking about this book.
then we'll,
Can we turn it upside down so I'm not
Oh, yeah, I'm going to move it. Yeah, it's,
The covers are offending me.
it is off the desk.
Sweet.
All right, we'll be back.
Sucking on a cherry, you reading nugget roll, baby. Rock and roll never fails, sir.
Hi! It's true, rock and roll never did feel so good. Not even when Huey Lewis does it.
Exactly. I'd say especially when you hear this.
You know, Huey Lewis was the first cassette I ever bought.
Yeah?
It was, I think the album was called Four.
Yeah.
Like the golf term, not the numeral.
I'm a Huey Lewis fan.
Yeah, right. I just say some things for the listener.
I know, okay. All right.
Like when I say, like, I mentioned something about your life and I, like, add details.
Yeah.
It's for them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Huey Lewis, though.
No, not at all, actually.
He's kind of...
I kind of love Huey Lewis. Yeah.
I love it when he's on the radio, because I don't actually still own any Huey Lewis.
Sure.
I got rid of those years ago.
I have a best of.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
That is all you need.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
There's a few good songs on every album, but it's pretty much the hits.
It's a best of.
Yeah.
There's quite a few bands out there that are just best of bands.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Best of bands.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? What? This is pretty early today. That's kind of weird for us.
Uh-huh.
It's just now 4:00 in the afternoon for us.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is weird. Yeah.
It's a holiday,
Uh-huh.
I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Something.
We love holidays.
Well, it's...
We're in mourning.
right, or in mourning. Right,
Took off to mourning.
We're wearing black.
Yeah. My cock ring's black.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But only because I had ink on my hands when I was jerking off.
Sure, right. As you do.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty great.
I really do.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Oh.
Okay. Stray Bullets number 41 came out last week or the week before last.
Something like that. A week before last, yeah.
Which it had been 9 years since issue 40 had come out. And I was really excited, so I went and traded some of my shitty comics that I draw to a local comic shop for the new issue of Stray Bullets.
Yeah.
And I took it home, and I decided to actually reread Stray Bullets, because it had been at least 9 years. It's probably been more like 12 years since I read most of them.
Right.
So before I read the new stuff, I'm going to go through the whole pile. So I've read the first like dozen of them, and it still holds up. Like, it's great.
Right.
Like, I love it. I'm so glad that it's still as good as I remember. Super excited about that. But last night I had something funny happen when I was reading Stray Bullets.
Oh.
I was laying there on the couch at like 10:30 reading a pile of Stray Bullets, and my phone rings, and I pick it up, and it's the editor from Telephone Magazine, the magazine I do the comic strip for. And he was like, "Hey," he's like, "Sorry."
You're like a regular Peter Parker.
I am. He's my J. Jonah. And I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Because like he's maybe called me twice, including last night, ever.
Right.
And the other time was like to set up a meeting, when I was going to meet him. And so I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, I thought there was a problem with my strip or something. And he was like, well, he's like, "I know this is really last minute." He said, because the new issue goes to press tomorrow morning. And he's like, "We had a guy doing an illustration for us." And he's like, and I just like, he's done a couple versions, and he's just like, he's not comfortable with it, and we can't get it right. And he's like, I want to know if you'd be willing to do it. And I was like, "Well, sure." And he's like, "Well, here's the thing." He's like, "I actually need it in like an hour." Because he's like, because, I thought until like minutes ago that he was going to send me another version. He's like, "It's just not going well." And he's like, "We actually usually just send it in like around midnight." So, he's like, I need it like really soon. He's like, is that possible?" And I was like, "I'm on it, coach. I could do it." So, and I was like, "Does it need to be in color though?" And he's like, "Yeah, it kind of needs to be in color." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, well, what is it?" And he goes, "It's balls." And I was like, "You mean like basketballs, footballs. He's like, no. He's like, the article is about self-examination for testicular cancer. That's a hard word to say.
Testicular.
Wow.
Nope.
I should have you with me all the time. So yeah, he's like, yeah. So the image is supposed to go with that article. So it's like a little 3-image kind of thing about just checking your balls for a lump. And he's like, here, he's like, I'm gonna send you the one that the guy sent me that we just couldn't use.
Okay.
And I open it up and I click on the image and it's just this giant cock with like a little bit of a ball sack behind it. And the guy's like, and it looks like a medical journal. Like,
sure,
it's not like drawn to be funny, other than the cock is gigantic. And he said, when he got it, he like called the guy back and he was like, yeah, I can't use this. He's like, what's the deal with this giant cock? And the guy was like, what do you mean? And he's like, the cock is giant. He's like, it's like 3 times as big as a cock. And he's like, really? And he's like, I don't know if he was fucking with me. He's like, we even tried to put a sensor blur on it like you would do on a cop's. So he's like, but then it just made it look even more fucked up. Like there's this giant censored cock in the image. And he said he emailed the guy back and he's like, maybe you could put like a sock over it, Red Hot Chili Pepper style. And he said, I don't even want to, he's like, I'm not even going to send you that one. He's like, that one's just way fucked up because he actually, I guess, put a sock on it and sent it to him. And he's like, I just need you to draw like just simple balls, just, I don't even need a cock on there, just balls. And then like, I was like, I can do it. And after I got off the phone, I was like, my job rules. So, and to my credit, within a half an hour, it was like 28 minutes after he sent me the reference image.
Yeah.
I had drawn it, colored it, and sent it back in.
Nice.
I made some mediocre money.
Yeah,
from doing
$10?
that. Probably $10. I don't know. He
yeah.
hasn't paid me yet. Yeah. But that was pretty fun.
That's hey, you came through in the clutch. That's awesome.
Exactly, right?
Hey.
That's what I'm hoping for. So maybe I can get some more work from illustration work. So out there, if in podcast land, listener land, if you ever need a picture of balls or maybe vaginas or whatever,
Human genitalia,
any sort of human genitalia.
Yeah. Animal genitalia.
Animal genitalia. Sure.
Yeah.
If it needs to be sort of traditional style, if it needs to be a little weird, whatever.
The main point is that you will do a quick turnaround
within the hour.
On the cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it has to be genitalia.
Right. Yeah.
I don't do other stuff.
Nothing else.
So don't call me with your fucking weirdo plans and your art projects.
Right.
Just genitalia.
Just genitalia.
Animal or people.
Any kind of genitalia.
Even alien.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would draw, like if the guy that drew that shitty comic we reviewed, if he has to like have reference for alien genitalia for the next comic, I'd be happy to do it for him.
Yeah.
For $10.
There was a thing about alien genitalia in that.
Was there?
Yeah, there was the alien that had the giant penis.
Oh, that's right.
They censored out.
8 panels in a row because it was not funny enough the first time.
Right, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that was awful. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about it until all this talk about genitalia.
Yeah. Yeah, I love talking about genitalia.
Yeah.
You know what? I would actually draw anything you want and have a quick turnaround for you.
Sure.
It doesn't even have to be genitalia. I've taken back on my rule there.
Well, I will tell you this. If for some reason you can't do it,
Uh-huh.
you can call me.
Right.
And, wherever I'm at, whatever I'm doing, I will drop everything
We're like,
to try to, help you out.
you're like the Bruce Sato of genitalia drawing. The guy from Mask, the comic and the cartoon, where whatever they were doing, like they were playing baseball or working at their job, and like they got that call from Matt Tracker. He would just drop whatever he was doing and
Okay. Yeah.
pull that shit off.
Sure. Yeah.
You just put on your mask and you start drawing.
Yeah. I mean, I do always draw with a mask.
Is that all you wear is the mask while you draw?
Yeah, well, you've been here.
Right.
We do drawing night every night for like the last 7 years.
I didn't know if that was really you under that mask.
I mean, you should recognize me by my junk.
Right. That's true. I've drawn your junk.
I mean, it was a
Numerous
reference
times.
that you
Right.
used for
Yeah.
yesterday, right?
Yeah, I called you up and I was like, I can probably do it as long as Eric's awake.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have balls of my own.
No, yeah, I just, sent you a picture of my balls
I appreciate
via
that.
email. Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
I mean, I was out, but,
right.
I got the message.
It was really nice of the cashier at Tim Hortons to take the photo for you.
Yeah. I mean, I said, hey, let's do some Tim bits.
Some Eric bits and some Tim bits. Nice. So yeah, Stray Bullets is really good. It holds up really well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't started rereading Doom Patrol yet, but
That's fine.
as soon as I'm done with.
140 issue series at a time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read a couple of comics myself recently.
You did it.
I read the new Harley Quinn series from DC. And while not as bad as Aliens vs. Parker, it is what I would definitely call the definition of mediocre comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also has a little bit of that, hey, this is funny, right?
Right.
Kind of thing.
That's the perfect. Like, I don't feel like we really got across how, like, we just said the humor was bad,
Right.
but that is exactly the humor in Aliens vs. Parker.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, check out the funny.
Yep.
We're so funny. Check it out.
Yeah.
That's totally why it's so bad, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Harley Quinn has a little bit of that. Like, there's a dude who's like a 3 foot tall guy who wears like a mesh shirt and he has a giant skull belt buckle and it's
Nice.
It's dancing.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Anything good, though? Read anything good?
Huh?
Read anything good, though?
I did read some good things, but I'm still talking about the bad things I read.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I always forget that you read more bad than good.
Yeah. So I'm done with Batman.
You're done.
Done.
You're not even playing the Lego Batman anymore?
Oh, I mean, not as far as that goes.
Okay.
Like, I will never be done with Batman.
Right.
Like, as a concept.
You're like the battered wife that just can't get enough of Batman. Whatever he does,
no.
you'll come back to him.
Nope. Not like that at all. No. Not like that at all. I've been reading the new 52 version of Batman since it started, and it's been enjoyable.
Yeah.
But then for like the last 15 years or so, they have had a storyline going on that is just dragging and awful, retelling Batman's origin because that was necessary.
How did he came from another planet or something, right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
The details are vague. That's why they had to have a 39
No one can remember.
miniseries about it. Yeah. And so, I was already giving up on that book anyway, and then I read like the last 2 issues that came out, and it infuriated me. And I said, fuck this. Like I was already gonna stop buying it anyway, but now I am actively going to sell the entire run.
Nice.
Because that's how much that the last 2 issues just pissed me off.
Nice. Man, your eBay account's going to be great this week.
Yeah, I don't have an eBay account. So
Aliens, Parker, and Batman.
we're going to have to figure out something. Maybe a Joe G could help me.
Oh. He's a good guy to have in a pinch.
Yeah, and an eBay pinch.
Yeah, an eBay pinch. I wouldn't mind being pinched by Jojo.
Oh, yeah. But then I read some good stuff as well.
Yeah.
I read the new Moon Knight, the first issue of that, with Warren Ellis and Declan Shavley, something like that.
Sweet.
It's really good. It's really good. It's, basically, Moon Knight is, the premise of it is basically he's now just investigating, like, weird crime.
Oh, okay.
Like rather than focusing on, like, superhero stuff.
Yeah.
And he wears a suit. like a nice white 3-piece suit with a mask,
Nice.
and he drives around in an automated limo.
Ooh. How's it automated?
Like there's no driver,
But it's
and he just sits in the back, and there's like
A computer voice?
I don't, it might be a computer voice.
I
don't
love
know.
it when cars have computer
It
voices.
may have a computer voice. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember. But like he's got like a big setup in the Mac, with like all sorts of high tech stuff. And it's like a Rolls Royce limo that just drives itself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
And the premise of it also is that he is not crazy. Because that has been the premise of, I think, every Moon Knight series since, like, the 90s.
Right.
Is that, he's got multiple personalities.
Right.
He's nuts.
They've got him on some neural inhibitors or something.
Nope. They said that, just because you pretend you're another person doesn't mean that you actually have multiple personality.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise, every single actor on the face of the earth would be fucking insane.
Right. And every superhero, probably.
Right? Yeah. But then they give, like, an explanation for why he does that, so. Yeah, it was good.
That sounds good. I would be interested in that.
Yeah. But the real winner, though, was, I read, the first 2 issues of the new She-Hulk comic.
Ooh.
And that is fucking delightful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it fun?
It's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause it's all about, She-Hulk being a lawyer, superhero lawyer.
Oh, cool. Yeah, those were the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that John Byrne? That was John Byrne, right?
He did a run. Yeah, sure. But yeah, this is just really fun. Yeah, it's a good book. It's delightful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, new She-Hulk series.
It's like Hulk with a vagina.
Uh-huh.
That sounds
And
great.
boobs.
That sounds great.
And boobs.
Oh, I love it.
Boobs are pretty great.
Yeah.
Boobs and vagina. Pretty great.
Right.
And we will draw
Yeah.
any of those things.
Any of those. Quick turnaround, too.
Quick turnaround.
Cheap.
$10.
Cheap,
Yep.
yeah. I'll even do it in color. I don't know.
Yeah. I won't.
Yeah.
I'll have to charge extra for
Right.
it.
Yeah. Well, you do it well.
Right.
I use like gradients and like
Filters.
yeah,
and,
exactly. It was pretty bad. No, I did use a gradient actually. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Silver Surfer. That's this week.
Yeah, that comes out. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that in a month when I get it.
Yeah.
It's the one downside.
I don't know that I'll actually buy it, but I'll go flip through it. Maybe I'll buy it. I might buy it.
Maybe you get it via means.
Oh, maybe. Actually, I still have some store credit in Mavericks. So maybe I'll pick it up.
There you go. And Joe G and I went to see a movie on Saturday. That was fun.
Oh, what'd you see?
We went to see the Veronica Mars movie.
That's right.
Yeah. Drove down to Cincinnati.
Which is 45 minutes from here.
About 45 minutes.
That's for the listener.
Yeah, yeah. Saw a movie that could have easily have just rented on Amazon and watched it at home. Saw a movie that Joe had already done that exact same thing at his home. Still drove down to Cincinnati to see it at a movie theater.
See, that's cool.
Yeah.
He's supporting the scene.
Yeah. The Veronica Mars scene.
It's big in Ohio.
It was a pretty good crowd.
Yeah.
Like nobody really talked or
that's
was obnoxious or anything like that.
That's surprising.
It was also a very weird crowd, mostly of middle-aged to senior-aged people in the crowd.
That's surprising,
Like,
yeah.
Joe and I were clearly the youngest people in the audience.
That's weird, isn't it?
It's super weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely gotten used to being, like, the oldest person in a certain audience.
Yeah. Right? That must be nice.
Yeah, I guess.
To be young again.
Yeah.
It's like you found the fountain of youth.
Sure. One time, my friend Bruce and I, we had never been to like a concert or anything together, so we decided to go to one, and we went to see the band Brand New down at Bogart's. And I think Stray Light Run and Isley were also there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love Isley.
Yeah. That's the only one of those bands I know.
And there was another band.
The Beatles.
No. Shit. Hot Rod Circuit.
Okay.
But yeah, I like 3 of those bands for sure.
Yeah.
And so we went to that, and we were just like, oh, we're the old gay couple in the back. And that was back when we were still in our 20s.
Oh, wow. Really? So it was all like 15-year-old kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember once Jimmy Eat World played at Bogart's, and my girlfriend and I at the time, I was like, yeah, I love Jimmy Eat World. But that was like right when like Bleed America came out. And I was like, I kind of want to go, but I just know that it is going to be 13-year-old girls.
Right.
And just be awful.
Right.
Yeah.
And was it?
We didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go. Okay.
Did not go.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't remember that album, but I guess that's the one where they kind of broke big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Pretty much that is just about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Nothing crazily exciting going on. I'm preparing for space. It's coming up.
Oh, yeah. A couple weeks?
Yeah.
3-4 weeks?
Yeah, about 3 weeks. Something like that.
Right.
So I've been getting all my stuff together.
Anything new?
I might have a print.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
I might.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, wish you luck with that.
Yeah. Which you could also buy for $10.
Sure. Right.
People.
Yeah. I wish you luck finding a place to get that printed.
Right? That's one of the main reasons it might be done, yeah. But, yeah, no, I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Brian John Mitchell will be there.
Yeah. That'll be fun. I have yet decided if I'm going to go or not. I probably won't decide until, like, the day before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see what happens.
It's cool.
Yeah, and when I say go, I mean, just as a customer.
Right.
Not as a sitting there.
Oh, you know what? I bet Mavericks, if they didn't throw them away, they usually get, like, half a dozen free passes.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah.
maybe they'll have
Maybe.
one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The person I usually talk to about that
No longer works there?
no longer works there.
Huh.
And the other person I usually talk to about that also no longer works there. But I would say he would probably have a little more pull than the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you luck. I'm terribly confused.
Yeah. Joe G. I'm talking about Joe G.
Okay.
He could probably get me some free passes.
Oh, yeah.
If he
Yeah.
wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
But
guess
whatever. I don't mind paying $5.
it's only $5, and it's for a good cause.
Exactly.
But I think next week
Good cause is really for a good cause?
supports the scene.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
There's
that's not
no
really a good
Veronica
cause.
Mars scene, but but there's a Gym City Comic Con coming up here in Dayton pretty soon.
Yeah, there is.
Is it next weekend? No, it's 2 weekends. It's 2 weekends.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 weekends.
Haven't been in years.
Kevin Eastman will be there this
I
year.
don't know.
Pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Mark Wade, some other folk. Maybe if you're bored, come to Dayton, Ohio, first weekend in April.
Sure.
It'll be good times. And if you run into one of us, we'll draw testicles for you for $10.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
Within a half hour.
Probably within an hour if we want color, but
I mean, if you catch us at a con and want us to draw balls or whatever, it's not going to be in color.
no.
So,
I'm gonna have some markers with me.
yeah, maybe.
Brush pens or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Or if you want, if I only have my brush pens and don't have my drawing pens, I'll just color your balls for $10.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Like right there at the show.
Yeah.
Just whip them out on a bell book and balls table. And we'll just color them right there.
You mean ball booking comics?
Ball book and comics. That would be a great name. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am panicking right now because I just realized that I need to pick a movie.
Oh, you haven't picked one yet.
Not at all. Hadn't thought about it whatsoever. Fuck.
Huh.
Huh.
You're stumped.
Yeah.
You want me to go get your DVD collection on while you look at it?
Man, shit. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because as the listener may or may not know, we don't know what we're going to pick until the end of the episode.
Sometimes.
And we don't know what each other think. Like, I didn't know that you hated Aliens versus Parker until we were
Exactly,
recording, which is fun for us.
Yeah.
You know, we keep it on the fly.
Yeah.
That's why it might not. I mean, like, you might not be able to tell. It might seem scripted because everything's so perfect,
Right?
right? Everything's
Our
so.
patter is down pat.
Hey, what?
Because
What'd you say? You don't talk. You talking over me?
all scripted.
We're
All scripted.
Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
it's like a.
This is 5 years of honing our craft.
Right, right. Well, this just goes to show you, like, Paul Scheer is a great actor, maybe not such a great comic book writer.
Right.
Like, we're obviously amazing artists who draw balls like nobody's business.
Exactly.
And then we just can't do this. Everybody's got their chink in their armor.
Sure.
This is
That's
ours.
racist.
No, but you put them in armor so they're protected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Unscripted, though. Unscripted.
Unscripted.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a movie that I kind of wanted to pick, but you know, we just, I mean, it's a horror movie from the 80s.
Ooh.
You know, sometimes I feel like I keep falling back on horror though. And I kind of don't want to, but
Gotcha.
but at the same time, I do want to see it. You know,
I don't mind horror.
I know.
We just, I mean, you just watched an 80s horror movie last week.
Last weekend, yeah, Videodrome. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pick it. It's called The Keep.
The Keep.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a horror film set in, I believe, World War II. It's from the 80s.
Okay.
I think Gabriel Byrne is in it.
Ooh, I love Gabriel Byrne.
Yeah.
I've never heard of
I'm
this
thinking
movie.
of the right guy, right?
Of Miller's Crossing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the guy from the Talking Heads.
Right.
Okay. Right.
Does he do this through his arm? I'm doing the David Byrne thing with my arm right now.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Then it's probably Gabriel Byrne.
Right.
It's not John Byrne. Is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the guy who.
Is really tolerable of everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
So, to keep.
I'm excited. I've never heard of it.
All right.
All right.
Well, it's on Netflix, so people can watch it. And yeah, that'll be next week.
All right.
All right.
Dave Rocky.
Dave
Gone
Rocky.
but not forgotten.
Gone, not forgotten. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Rest in peace.
That's right.
Goodbye.
Later on.
Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.